Welcome to Scary Stories Chronicles, the channel that turns your daily life into nightmares. Tonight we're diving deep into 3 true animated horror stories about haunted objects that hide in plain sight. These aren't just tales, they're warnings. If you own a mirror, a phone, or a childhood toy, pay attention. We're starting with something that stares back when you least expect it. Story 1, The Mirror That Remembers. Emily Thompson was a 28-year-old graphic designer living alone in a cramped Brooklyn apartment. Her life was a whirlwind of deadlines and takeout dinners, but she always made time for weekend fleas. She lugged it home that afternoon, hanging it proudly above her bathroom sink. It made the tiny room feel grander, almost elegant. That first night, as she stood brushing her teeth under the harsh fluorescent light, something felt off. Her reflection blinked, a split second slower than she did. She shook her head, blaming the late-night coffee. The whispers started subtly the next evening. Emily was washing her face, steam fogging the glass, when a faint voice murmured from the haze, Illy. Her name, drawn out like a sigh. She froze, towel dripping, heart skipping. Wind through the vents, she told herself, wiping the mirror clean. But as the fog reformed, words etched themselves into the condensation. You forgot. Forgot what? She spent the night scrolling therapy apps, convinced it was anxiety from her recent breakup. By midweek, the mirror's memories turned vicious. Mornings brought the flashes. Her parents' screaming match on Christmas Eve when she was 10. Her small face peeking from the doorway, unheard. Your fault, the reflection mouthed, lips moving without sound. Emily smashed a sponge against the glass in frustration, but it only smeared blood-red streaks. From where? She called her best friend, Mia, who laughed it off. Girl, that's some horror movie shit. Sell it on eBay. But that night, alone with a glass of wine, the visions deepened. The mirror replayed her darkest secret, the rainy highway 5 years ago. Her hands slick on the wheel after too many drinks at a party. The screech of tires, the crunch of metal, her best friend from high school. No, not Mia, but Sophie, gone in an instant. Emily had walked away with scratches. Sophie hadn't. The guilt she'd buried under therapy sessions and promotions now stared back, pale and accusing, blood trickling from the glass, like tears. Desperate, Emily covered the mirror with a bedsheet, shoving it into the hallway closet. Peace lasted 2 days, until the whispers seeped through walls, echoing in her dreams. Look, remember, forgive. She uncovered it at 3 a.m., screaming into the void. What the hell are you? The surface rippled like disturbed water, and her reflection warped. Not her face anymore. Sophie's, twisted in agony, stepping forward from the frame. Cold fingers brushed Emily's cheek, real as ice. You caused this. Join me. Emily recoiled, tumbling backward, her head cracking against the sink. blackness swallowed her. When she woke at dawn, the mirror hung innocently, her reflection tired but normal. She packed it up that morning, driving to the nearest flea market to sell it cheap. The same old woman bought it, eyes gleaming. Stories need new homes. Emily fled, vowing never to look back. But weeks later, in her new apartment across town, she caught a glimpse in a coffee shop window. Not her face, but Sophie's, smiling faintly. Every reflection now whispers. Emily vanished last month. The mirror, back on the market, waiting. Scare scale, 8 out of 10. Reflections that haunt forever. Up next, a call you can't silence. The phone that calls back. Jake Harlan, 32, was a software engineer in Seattle. The kind of guy who thrived on code and caffeine, but avoided emotional baggage like a virus. His father's death from pancreatic cancer 5 years prior had left him with a shoebox of relics, watches, photos, and an ancient Nokia flip phone from the 90s, its antenna bent from years of use. Jake kept it in his desk drawer as a dusty memento, never charging it, until the storm hit that October Friday. Thunder rattled his high-rise window as he debugged lines at midnight when the phone buzzed to life, screen flickering green, battery inexplicably full. Unknown caller. Annoyed, he flipped it open. "Hello?" Static crackled, then a ragged voice. "Jake, it's bad. Help me." It was his dad, the timbre, the wheeze from those final chemo days. Jake's stomach nodded. "Dad, this is a sick joke." The line died with a click. He yanked the cord from his modern iPhone charger. Wait, he'd plugged the old one in out of nostalgia earlier. No memory of it. Shoving it back in the drawer, Jake poured a whiskey and crashed, blaming grief hallucinations. But at 2:47 a.m., it rang again. Same number, 555-DEAD. He answered, voice sharp. "Who is this?" "They're coming, son." The pain, it's everywhere. Dad's words from the hospital, verbatim. The ones Jake had ignored while scrolling emails during visits. Guilt surged. He'd promised more time, delivered excuses. "I'm sorry, Dad. I should have come." Silence, then a chuckle, low and wrong. Click. The calls multiplied like malware. Mornings brought voicemails, garbled sobs from the hospice room, timestamps from 2019. Jake deleted them, but the phone auto-recharged overnight. By Tuesday, attachments arrived. Blurry photos of his dad's gaunt face in the hospital bed. Shadows twisting in the corners like fingers reaching. One video clip, Dad's lips moving in slow-mo. "Don't hang up. Listen." Jake's hands shook as he watched, the room's lights dimming unbidden. He researched haunted tech forums, EMF readings. Nothing. A coworker suggested smashing it. Jake tried, hammer glancing off the plastic like it was armored. Desperation peaked Thursday. The phone called itself, Jake's own number flashing. He answered, breath held. "What do you want from me?" The voice shifted gravelly. Your voice. Your guilt. Laughter bubbled, not Dad's. Something older, hungrier. Jake hurled it across the room. It skidded, screen cracking, but still buzzing. Texts poured in. Missed call from Mom. Answer. His mom, dead a decade ago. He blocked, powered off, even submerged it in rice. Futile. That night, His smartwatch vibrated with the ringtone, echoing from walls. Jake fled to a motel, buying a burner phone. Silence for 48 hours. Relief. Then his colleagues texted, "Dude, your number just called me." Sounded like you, screaming for help. Jake's blood ran cold. He raced home. The Nokia sat innocently on his desk, screen displaying a new photo. Him, asleep in the motel, time-stamped minutes ago. The final call came as he stared. "Your turn to ring." Jake vanished that weekend. His apartment, empty except the phone, charging eternally. Friends still get calls, his voice bleeding. "Pick up." Scare scale, 9 out of 10. Calls that echo eternally. Last one, innocence corrupted in the doll that watches. Lily Harper was just 6, with pigtails and a laugh like wind chimes. Growing up in a quiet Ohio suburb where summers meant lemonade stands and fireflies. Her world shattered when Grandma Evelyn moved in after Grandpa's passing. A frail woman with stories in her eyes and secrets in her smile. On Lily's 7th birthday, amid balloons and cake, Grandma presented a gift. A porcelain doll, exquisite and eerie, with glassy blue eyes that seemed to follow the room's light, dressed in yellowed lace from another era. "Her name's Eliza," Grandma said, voice cracking. "She'll watch over you, keep the bad dreams away." Lily hugged it tight, naming playtime adventures where Eliza was the brave princess. The first oddity came weeks later, on a humid August night. Lily woke to floorboards creaking, her canopy bed draped in shadows. Across the room, on the oak shelf, Eliza's head had turned, no longer facing the wall, but straight at Lily's bed, eyes unblinking in the moonlight. "Eliza," Lily whispered, clutching her stuffed bear. No answer but a soft rustle, like lace brushing wood. Morning light brought denial. Mom chalked it to active imagination, tucking Lily in tighter. But scratches appeared that week, tiny, nail-like marks on Lily's arms, as if doll fingers had grazed in the dark. She showed Dad. "Eliza did it." He bandaged them gently, promising a talk with Grandma. Grandma's visits grew tense. Lily overheard whispers in the kitchen. "That doll's from my childhood, Harold. It protects." But Lily noticed the bruises on Grandma's wrists, faded purple rings hidden under sleeves. Curiosity turned to fear when playtime soured. Eliza's giggles echoed during tea parties, not Lily's voice but a tinny mimicry. "Bad girl, Lily. You lied about the broken vase." How did it know? Lily had fibbed to avoid punishment. She banished Eliza to the closet, barricading with pillows. Giggles seeped through, high-pitched, unending. Peeking at midnight, Lily saw eyes glowing faintly, fixed on her. Halloween brought the breaking point. The family dressed as witches and ghosts. Grandma stayed home, frail. That night, post-candy cold, Lily stirred into whispers. Lay. The closet door yawned open. Eliza sat primly on the rug, head tilted. Lily screamed, waking the house. Parents searched, empty closet, all nowhere. But scratches bloomed on everyone's arms by breakfast, identical tiny welts. Dad burned Eliza in the backyard fire pit the next day, flames devouring lace and china. It melted unnaturally slow, eyes lingering last, sapphire orbs cracking with a final, audible sigh. Grandma nodded approval. "Good. She rests now. Peace blanketed the house for months. Lily turned 8, forgot the terror. Until her birthday again. Grandma's gift wrapped in faded paper. For my little one. Lily tore it open, empty box. Confusion turned to chill as giggles tinkled from the closet. There sat Eliza, pristine, eyes wide. Grandma from the doorway murmured, "She always comes back to watch and remember." Lily's grown now, 25, with her own apartment. No dolls. But last week, unpacking boxes, she found lace scraps in a drawer. At night, eyes watched from the shadows, not hers. Eliza's, and the whispers. Playtime Lily. Forever. Scare scale, 10 out of 10. Toys that never sleep. Which story hit hardest? The mirror's memories, the phone's calls, or the doll's gaze? Drop your vote in the comments. Share your own haunted object tale. And if this chilled you to the bone, like, subscribe to Scary Stories Chronicles for more full-length animated horrors every week. Hit that bell. Don't let the shadows catch you off guard. Next up, cursed apps, sweet dreams, or nightmares. Fate